Hi everyone, my name is Fayina Cohen and I am a psychotherapist, a coach, and a hypnotherapist. And I wanted to create a video explaining hypnosis because I hear so many questions about it. So this is about an understanding, an overview, and kind of deconstructing some of the myths and questions that come up all the time. So I just wanted to say that hypnosis and hypnotherapy is used as a healing modality, and that it is widely available and useful for so many different issues that humanity suffers, that it's a shame if some people are not open to experiencing or exploring that because some of the misunderstandings that exist out there. First of all, hypnosis, or the evidence that hypnotherapy was used, goes back to ancient civilizations. In fact, there are excavations where hospitals still exist with these little holes in walls where people would whisper healing statements to the patients in order for them to receive a healing and transformation, because they knew back then that in a hypnotic state, human beings are open to suggestions and they're actually able to spontaneously heal through the power of hypnotic trance and suggestions. So we have evidence going back to ancient civilizations like Egypt and Greece. And we also know that in modern times, Freud used hypnosis and found it a very effective way to deal with phobia and offering suggestions to his patients. In 1958, hypnosis was approved as a healthy tool and technique for doctors to use, especially for pain management, or even using it instead of pain management for those patients that are unable to handle anesthesia. So it's been widely used by both the medical community, and it's also been used by the community of psychologists and mental health professionals that I'm a part of. So I was introduced to practicing hypnosis and hypnotherapy in the year 2000. And one of the first things that I experienced was wanting to give up eating cookies, right? So, like, if we have some sort of compulsions or habits, hypnosis is a great way to break those habits and compulsions. It was one of the ways that I was introduced to it. And also, I had the experience on the receiving end of hypnotherapy of eliminating stage fright, which is one of the most prevalent phobias that humanity suffers. So, if you have either one of those, I would definitely recommend going for hypnosis or hypnotherapy, and using that as a tool of helping you through some of these issues. So I wanted to go through like the typical myths that people have. First of all, unfortunately, hypnosis has a bad rep because it is used for entertainment. And you have seen people go up on stage and they cluck like a chicken and they do all kinds of crazy things, which does exist in the aspect of entertainment, because there is this idea that the power of the mind can make anything happen. However, if you're looking at the side where mental health professionals and doctors are using it, obviously our aim is to help you transform something, address an issue, have a breakthrough. Even therapy sometimes has limitations and cannot address certain things that hypnosis has access to, because it does go a little deeper than our conscious awareness. It goes to the subconscious mind, where we're a lot more open to suggestions, healing, and actually accessing memories if that's what's needed. So the first thing is like just to deconstruct the myths that you lose control. That's absolutely not true. In a hypnotic state, a person is in a very deep, relaxed state, but they have complete awareness of what is being asked of them or suggested. If a suggestion doesn't fit within the values or desires or understanding of the person being hypnotized, they will reject it. There's an absolute sense of control in being a part of the process. And someone coming in is coming in with a desire to address a specific issue, so they will be cooperating with the process. And the mental health professional, of course, is going to be offering solutions or suggestions of how to deal with that particular problem. Not everyone can be hypnotized. Many people believe I can't be hypnotized because they're really very much about the analytic mind, and maybe they don't believe that they could ever be open to suggestions or even get relaxed enough to get into a hypnotic state. And an element of that is true, because if you really have some fear about it, it's going to hold you back from going into a deeply relaxed state, because it really is about deep relaxation and inner focus. But absolutely every single person can be hypnotized, because the hypnotic state is a natural state of being. In fact, we all enter this state every single night just before falling asleep. It's called the hypnagogic state. And it is that point at which you're just about falling asleep. Your body's fully relaxed. You do have awareness of where you are. Your thoughts start to quiet down. So we have found that accessing that hypnagogic state or that hypnotic state is a place where we can work with the subconscious mind and really have enormous transformational benefits for people, from having unhealthy beliefs that are controlling what we do in life, unhealthy beliefs that maybe were formed in our childhoods. Those can be reprogrammed and they can be recreated through the hypnotic experience, to perhaps holding trauma and traumatic events. So hypnosis has access to going back in time, to regressing to an event where there's a lot of energy lodged or a lot of emotional or psychological baggage that's still stuck there, and it's still playing in the background of our conscious awareness and influencing our lives, our decisions, our relationships. So it has an enormous capacity for change, being in a hypnotic state and still having a therapeutic experience and value. So certainly everyone can benefit from this type of modality. Another myth is hypnosis is dangerous. And I already said that, if in 1958 the American Medical Association has declared this as a safe practice for medical doctors and, of course, for mental health professionals, there's really absolutely no unhealthy or damaging experiences that can occur with hypnosis. In fact, it's extremely pleasant, and many people just like the hypnotic state, because it's very relaxing for them and they leave feeling really good. It's almost like meditating deeply for a long time. Some myths are that you can never come out of hypnosis. Now, there's really not been a documented case of someone not being able to come out of hypnosis. I mean, what could happen is that you could fall asleep, because that state is so similar to the state just before falling asleep that it's possible you could doze off into sleep. And some people don't want to come out of it because they really enjoy the peace and the relaxation that comes with it. But there's really no documented case of someone just staying in hypnosis forever. That would be a really interesting one to study. That you don't remember. That's absolutely false, because what happens in a hypnotic experience is that your senses and your memory is so powerfully enhanced that you will remember the hypnosis session very, very clearly. In fact, you'll remember it for a long time, and you probably will remember it more than what you did that day or the day before. You're not going to remember what you ate that day. You're not going to remember what conversation you had, but you will definitely remember the hypnosis experience. So just to wrap this up, I wanted to say, what are some of the applications of hypnosis and hypnotherapy? Well, it's pretty much anything that you want. As I already mentioned, it could be for habits and compulsions that people want to get rid of, like nail biting or overeating at night. Some people actually use it with addictions like smoking, or even more serious addictions, although I would definitely not say that's the only tool. It's an enhancement to other programs for addictions. For weight loss and behavior management, to create aversions to certain foods, you can use it. And of course, you can also use it for a lot of phobias and anxiety. Because hypnosis is so deeply relaxing, you can use it as an application for any of those things. And how many people have anxiety and panic attacks and all of that? It's incredibly useful to both manage the symptoms and eliminate them. And it doesn't require many sessions. Hypnotherapy is short-term therapy. It doesn't require for you to be in it for years. And of course, it could be used in conjunction with psychotherapy as a supplement, as an enhancement, and also if you're stuck somewhere and things aren't working. So try this as a healing modality. And the other aspect of it is it does allow you to go back in time. So if something happened to you at some point in your life and you need to have a healing around it, hypnotherapy is an incredible tool where regression is used, regressing back in time, creating a healing around the experience, changing your beliefs around this experience, and then coming out of it with a new kind of point of view, a new conclusion about yourself and about the world. It's a very powerful tool. So I hope you try hypnosis and hypnotherapy, and that I dispelled some of the myths, and looking forward to working with some of you or referring you to incredible colleagues that are out there doing this incredible work. Okay, bye.